So naturally, one of the things that we love to see in Lemons is cars from defunct car makers.
Yeah, like AMC, Saab, or General Motors.
Yeah, although the one we're talking about now, it's defunct, but it's not exactly defunct. This is Sterling, and it was a combination of a Rover, which in a vague way still sort of exists, and Honda, which making terrible cars still exists.
So what's a Sterling? Well, yeah, it was a weird joint project between Honda and Rover, which is technically at the time Austin Rover, which is a remnant of the renowned UK manufacturer British Leyland.
On paper, this is a pretty good idea, right? You've got Honda, which makes cars for sensible people, and you've got Rover, which makes cars for sophisticated, pretentious, call it what you want people.
These yuppies.
Put those two together and you've got Honda quality, right? And Rover class.
Yeah, and it turns out in the end that combination is really impossible to achieve. Well, so Rover, instead of just making a single car that was badge engineered into two different models, they split up the engineering responsibilities of this car. Austin Rover took care of the chassis and suspension, Honda took care of the drivetrain, the rest of the car, the electrics, the interior, the final assembly, was left to each of the respective manufacturers.
Yeah, so the result was two sort of similar but actually really different cars, the Acura Legend and the Rover 800, which in this country was called the Sterling.
Both of these cars had Honda V6s, which was good. The Acura Legend also had Honda electronics, interior components, final assembly. That was also good.
Meanwhile, the Rover 800 / Sterling, well, that had a Honda V6, which was good. And then it had electronics, trim, and final assembly by the British.
The resulting difference between these two cars was significant. Contemporary J.D. Power surveys put the Acura Legend near the top of the quality list, and the Sterling was way down at the other end.
Which just goes to show, once again, you can have a fantastic engine and a mediocre kind of everything else, and you haven't accomplished very much.
With that kind of history, the Sterling is really the perfect Lemons car. It's obscure, but it's got a Honda motor, and who cares if literally nothing in the interior works right?
Yeah, that's what the folks on this Lemons team thought. In fact, they stumbled across not just the Sterling 825, but the hot rod uprated 2.7-liter Sterling 827. How could they pass that up?
The team is called Bodge Engineering, which is both clever and accurate to the whole Sterling experience.
Now, as soon as they got this car, they called us up and they figured we'd be excited. And man, we were really excited. But then race after race comes and goes. No Sterling, what's going on? Well, it turns out the captain, he got the car, he started driving around, he's going, man, this thing is way too good. I'm just going to make this my daily driver.
And a little while later, he realized his first plan of making a Lemons car was in fact correct, and we had our first, and for now, the last, Sterling in Lemons.